3, 2, 1. Whack! Welcome back to another episode of Lifted Motors. I can say that this time because this is our second video in a row. That's called a streak. We are back, baby. And we got a fun one for you guys today. We're gonna be running Bob's Tesla Plaid, the king of electric, versus Jackson's 1,000 horsepower built Mclaren 675 LT. So right now, put in the comments what you think is going to win. We're gonna run these bad boys against each other out on the taxiway. Before we start with the racing, Bob and I are gonna do a little walk around with his car. I'm gonna ask him some questions and let him tell you more about the Tesla Plaid. And I've seen this color a lot. Does the Plaid come in only this color, or how does that work?
It has all the colors, and this model's a 2023.
Okay.
And then late in the year, and then 2024, they added a little more blue to this gray color. I just use this car as transportation, and I really like it.
Zippy daily.
Yeah.
What is the horsepower equivalent they say that it actually has? I know it's a little different from a battery conversion. Do you know what?
No, it's the power. I mean, it's 1,020 horsepower. It has two motors in the back and one in the front.
Okay.
It's got a 100 kilowatt battery in it. It realistically for me has a range of probably 280 to 290. You know, the EPA range is much higher, but when you drive at higher speeds, the range goes way down.
How far does that drop?
Like 20%.
Okay, so not as drastic as I thought. Now what's unique, and this might sound like a dumb statement to someone if they already know a lot about Tesla or electric cars, is, you know, most of the time you have a high performance brake that's done by Brembo or something, but everything is made by Tesla.
Actually, we need, I don't know the straight story, but possibly on this S, that is a Brembo caliper.
Oh, okay.
That'll have to be fact checked,
Okay.
but they're iron brakes, and you know, they're not the greatest brakes in the world.
When we were in it earlier and you put it in launch mode, you felt it drop, it showed it on the screen drop.
Drive it in low, but let's see where it's at. No, it's in low, so that's it.
I felt like it dropped more earlier. Yeah.
So the drag race mode, when it's ready to go, the front end goes down and the back end goes up. So there's no skill involved. You just hold your foot on the brake and then you pull the accelerator pedal to the floor, and when you release the brake, it goes.
In my Audi, so I would hold it the same way, but then I'd have to pop the paddle shifter. So you just let go and that's it. They don't even have paddles on these, do they?
No, it's a 1-speed. The motors are capable of 18,000 RPM. Now they have a gear reduction to the final drive. And then what's real special about these motors is, you know, it's an electric motor, and in between the windings, instead of, they have carbon plates. You know, that was something they designed. Legend has it, the Tesla symbol, that T, that is the shape of components in the motor. They needed that carbon because of the 18,000 RPM that the motor's capable of.
What do they say the 0 to 60 on this is? Because that's going to be predominantly what we see today, because we don't have enough room.
They lay claims that it's sub 2 second, you know, but then they're talking about a rollout, and I don't really know what that is.
Okay.
Like in these conditions, you know,
maybe too flat.
Well, yeah.
All day, maybe. Over and over again. And I've heard the quarter miles in the 9s.
It is.
That's wild.
It does that every time. At 150 miles an hour. Everyone knows all that stuff, so.
Not everybody. You just know your stuff. And I know I've already asked a few dumb questions. I actually don't know a lot about these. I respect them. I think the technology is incredible. They just have never been my thing, so I haven't done a whole bunch of research or even had much personal experience with it. So I'm learning as you're telling other people right now too.
The craziest thing, you know, Elon Musk came on the market, and this was their car that they started with. I'm just impressed with all the drivability and all the engineering that's in it. When they started, like with the Roadster, I remember seeing some videos and I was just shaking my head. I go, this guy, I mean, there is no way this is going to work. But obviously we didn't know what a special guy he is.
I got to give Bob some credit here. He was on my podcast, so if you've watched that, you know, but Bob used to actually work with Porsche racing team. They'd bring him in as a specialist because this guy knows his stuff so well. And they were pushing Porsches. What year was that? At 232 miles an hour?
Well, that was a Bonneville speed record that we did, and that was in 1988. So that really meant something.
That was ahead of its time.
And now you can buy cars that go that fast.
Yeah, but they didn't at that point. How does a Porsche guy end up in a Tesla? How did it make your choice?
I mean, it's definitely going to the dark side. I predated this, you know, with a Z06 Corvette, and you know, that was like totally against the grain to do that. So I actually tried it. Our company, we had a little electric car, and it was cool. And then these things came out, and it's my daily transportation, you know, and that's what it's great for.
Anything you don't like about it as an owner? Because how long have you had it now?
We're going on 2 years.
Okay. What do you like and do not like about it?
Well, I like probably about everything. I'm trying to think of what I don't don't like. The front steering geometry, when I go around a corner slow, it kind of skids, and it could be in control of the front wheels, but it's something like I would tune on that more, you know, if I had the choice to do that. I've never personally had it on the track. I'd like to see what that would be all about. It's a real heavy car.
I'm glad you brought that up, because there is a drastic difference how much heavier this car is than the McLaren. The McLaren, I mean, if they're both right at 1,000 horse, so from a power standpoint, they're pretty much even. The McLaren's substantially lighter, which normally would mean that McLaren should win.
It's just, this is four-wheel drive, and you know, the traction control is fantastic. If you want to know who can do 0 to 60, well, it's probably going to be this.
Bob's already coming at you.
If he's got the tune on it, and we play fair, and we go to the track, and we come around the last corner and go, then that'd be something for both of us to learn about.
We'll just be doing acceleration runs today.
Performance option, I did upgrade this car, so you want to know about this. My friend Perry Dodd at European Detail, he put the same wax on it that Trump Horse 1 has.
PD with the special wax.
So it has a little better aero maybe than another car.
Yeah.
So other than that, there you go.
I love it. I'm glad you brought that up. That was very important. Hey, Perry, he already called you out. Come here, get in here. This is the man, the myth, the legend that just put the arrow straight from Trump's jet on, on the Tesla. So if it wins today, it's only because of this man right here. If you're in the Scottsdale area, you got to come over here to European Detail and see this guy. He'll put Trump's arrow on your car and it'll instantly be faster. Instantly.
Yeah, might it will.
Jackson, you got to tell us about how this car is built, because this is not just your standard 675 LT. Now the 675 LT is the race version, track version of the 650.
Yeah.
That's already the bad boy, but now what have they done to it to make it that much crazier?
Upgraded turbos, fuel pump, fuel injectors, and then downpipes, and it's tuned.
So they actually replaced the turbos with bigger ones to create more boost. And then what'd you say the numbers it's pushing?
Like 850 to the wheels.
Wow.
100 octane, which it has on right now.
850 to the wheels.
About 950, 1,000 horsepower to crank.
That is crazy. This right here, when this builds up, to me looks so good. But I love all of this carbon. It sounds amazing. You guys are gonna hear it. The microphones do not do it justice. If we walk down this side, you'll see we have carbon all over this car. Obviously, these aero intakes on this car are actually functional. Those are our 20s.
19 front,
Are
20
they
rear.
19?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's running Toyo R888s.
Is it a 7 or an 8-speed?
7.
7. And you're running paddles. It's an automatic dual
Yep.
clutch. Beautiful glass. Oh, that's vented too. That's cool like that.
It's Lexan glass.
So what happens when it rains? It doesn't bother at all. Even if it's hot and it starts raining on it, that wouldn't do anything to it? I'm asking a lot of dumb questions.
Supposed to, so the heat dissipates from the motor.
All right. Some of you were thinking that too. I just had the balls to ask. That thing sits a lot lower than the Tesla does. You can really see that. Wow. All the lines and everything are so pretty. What about you? If you had to say, what are your favorite things about it, and what would be something you might change or you're not as stoked about?
I love the car. Probably one of the best cars I've driven for a driver's car wise.
And that takes a lot for him to say that, because if you watch the last video, which we'll link, on the Corvette, he said he wished it was faster. The reason why he said that is because this is faster and this is what he's used to and what he loves.
I love it. I really got nothing wrong with it. Drives great, brakes great, handles amazing.
And you drive it a pretty good amount. Is it comfortable driving?
It's not bad once you get in there.
Yeah, once you get in there.
A little tough to get in and out of, but
We can show the interior a little bit. How does this open? Is under here?
it's right there.
Where are we at? Show me how to get in your car. Yeah. Oh, buddy. Doors coming up. Have you gotten trapped in a parking spot yet? When I had my i8, I got stuck in parking spots, and then you had to be that turd that walked into the store and was like, hey, can someone that parked in a normal spot, like a normal person, come move their car, because my doors do this. You got carbon on the steering wheel.
It's all Alcantara, seats of leather, sound system
Really?
It's not great. You can see the carbon tub.
Mm-hmm.
It's just floor mats on top of that.
Do that again. Oh, that's music. He's got you on that. He beat you. Beat the Tesla by a slight edge. Just barely.
My name is Jacob McLaughlin, and I'm the founder of New to Medical Device Sales. Medical device sales is the selling of medical equipment to hospitals, surgeons. They're actually in the surgeries, and the average rep's going to make around $177,000. And what we've been able to do is help people break in about 8 weeks at around $100,000 starting out in the industry. It usually is 5 to 7 interviews, 6 to 12 weeks long in the interview process, and they go up against thousands of people. But that's because you are going to be working with some of the smartest human beings, such as surgeons. You're going to make over 6 figures. You get your car paid for, all your gas paid for, and all your travel paid for. We've been able to help over 2,000 people do this in the last 2 years. Not only do we help people break in to make a difference and change other people's lives, they also get to change their lives. If you're interested in helping people and you're interested in financially becoming free, we can definitely help you. And I think you should check out New to Medical Device Sales, our podcast, while you can also click the link where you guys can learn more about what we do at New to Medical Device Sales. I absolutely love Brenton. I thank him so much for what he's doing for all of you. And I hope you guys keep enjoying the episode.
Well, a third horse has entered this race, and I like her chances. Come on, baby! Three, two, one, whack! Holy shit. Your Uber is here, and we did the Uber share, so there's 4 of us in here splitting the fare, about making things affordable. We'll see you on the other side.
We're not scared.
We got 4 in here. We just picked up Perry. He just got done at Barrett Jackson. We're just giving him a ride home. We're gonna head on over and get a little dinner. What do you want to do on this one? Roll. He wants a roll. The boy wants a roll. I'm gonna give us this POV, everybody's faces, which is gonna be fantastic. That's so bonkers. That's so That's so insane, Bob. I feel like it'd have been more fitting if Bob would have wore like a robe for this and some slippers and had a coffee in his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
God, it's so effortless.
European detail wax.
It's the wax,
It's
baby.
ceramic.
It's the wax. Check.
Give me a clap.
Check.
Clap nice.
Everybody.
Thank you.
I don't have
That was just for you,
There.
baby. Well, you guys saw what happened and how that played out. Some of you already knew because you know about the Plaid and what it can do. Some of you might have been extremely surprised to see how crazy the performance on that electric car is. This is obviously set up for short-term acceleration, and that's where the Plaid's going to really do its thing. If we got out on a track, this McLaren would have a much fairer fight. So what are your guys' thoughts here? What, I mean, you knew it was gonna happen.
Well,
You're all
totally.
car guys. We
Yeah, today was the Plaid's day,
It was
and
the Plaid's day.
I'm
Bob's Plaid.
anxious to get out to one of our local tracks and stretch the legs a little bit.
Where does it start to kind of fall off at?
Probably 160. I mean, if you have the track package, it'll go all the way to 200.
At
I
that
mean,
same kind
yes.
of rate.
Yeah, it's fast. I mean, the downside are the brakes aren't first class. Yeah, I've never broke that hard in this car ever. So, you know, the first time the pads are starting to, you know, steam out and stuff.
Yeah.
So we feel it. Anyways, it was fun, but we can only consider this This was one phase of the test.
Like-
I mean, I don't even feel good about it because, you know, I want the internal combustion engine to kick its ass.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be doing a bunch more car content now. Like I said at the beginning of this video, Lifted Motors is back. We'll see you guys in the next video.
It was cars, and I specialized in the Porsches. And then very quickly, at first it was like a mechanic shop, and we hot rodded them a little bit. Then I had a gift like an industrial designer. I could design things, and I would design stuff on my drafting table and take them to the machine shops and say, okay, make it, and then start tapping my foot because they wouldn't get it done. And then I decided to start bringing that in-house. And, you know, so I was really self-taught. You know, I was skilled at design and then self-taught as, you know, manufacturing. So to fast forward, we had some great opportunities and did professional racing and, you know, IMSA, you know, endurance racing.
So when I went over and went to your building, in your break room, you had that poster of the land speed. What was that about?
Oh, that was a little project. It was a customer's car.
Okay.
And then we really made a lot of horsepower. And then someone had told us, well, you should go to Bonneville and, you know, see if you can set a speed record.